walk around the compound. Gonna walk around the compound. Walk around the compound. Yes, we're gonna walk around. Walk around the compound. Gonna walk around the compound. Walk around the compound. Yes, we're gonna walk around.
Gibbs. Gibbs, not you too. Gibbs. Dibbles. Hi. Hi. Hey. Hi. Oh. Oh my gosh. Look at these big boys. Look at these big boys. You guys want to go inside? Yeah? Okay, let's go inside. Let's go inside. There we go. There we go. TTFN. Hi. Meek. Meek. How are you? What a good girl. You know, there's different ways to kind of, if you were to like strategically place a comma and a question mark, that statement would have a whole different kind of meaning. Because I could sit there and say, what a good girl. And that's more of a declarative statement. And then if you had a what, comma, a good girl, it's like, oh, that's different. Like, what's that mean? Are we casting doubt on her good girlness? I would say that that's probably appropriate. Look, Mika, I love you, but your good girledness is, it's in question. It's in a perpetual state of question. Yeah, good. Subjective. Hi. And here, of course, though, objectively, is the goodest of girls. Like, the goodest. Make no mistake. Make no mistake. Look at this pretty girl. Look at this pretty baby. We're back to beautiful temperature, beautiful days. Beautiful temperature, beautiful days. It is gorgeous. It is, dare I say, like warm and just springy, and there's life and goodness. One of those kind of days. I've been, you know how like you'll go into these kind of larger, you go into like various phases, I guess, of loop, of like YouTube loop, where you'll be watching a certain type of video for a bit. And then there's different phases of that where like you'll be on like loops that sometimes last for weeks, where it's like you're finding you find a certain type of video and you're like, wow, this is really interesting and I want to find more of this type of video. And then there's other ones where maybe it'll only last like a couple days and it's just like an obscure kind of thing. Like I remember like one of those kind of more obscure ones that I wasn't like on like an obsessive, just like, oh, I have to see, but I was just watching them, and if I saw something kind of pop up, I'd be like, yeah, let me watch that, it seems interesting. But I would watch videos of like ancient historians talking about other ancient like there was like one where there was a hi baby, hi Zazraz. There's one where it was like it was an ancient, we're talking like the, you know, BC times, and it was a traveler and trader from China who was describing his experiences in various parts of the Roman Empire, and it was like, this was kind of fascinating, it was interesting. But they had like other videos of that, of like different people, ancient people who would like write their experiences on parchment and scrolls and talking about these peculiar other civilizations. And it's like, oh man, it's interesting. But lately I've been watching some videos that are specifically geared towards speed runs of the Super Nintendo classic game, Super Metroid. Yeah, and it's not been like an obsessive thing, but it's like I've been noticing that there's a higher incidence. And this is also the equation. So you'll watch a thing and then you'll engage with something, maybe you'll like a video, and then the YouTube algorithm is like, like, would you like to see more of this kind of thing? And then you're just like, yes, I would. Yes, I would. But I would say as far as all of the Super Nintendo Chalmers games, because I was a Super Nintendo Chalmers kid. I wasn't a Sega Genesis dork. I know that a lot of folks talking like, Sonic the Hedgehog, and it's just like barf. Talking about Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, isn't that Jim Carrey? He's back. He's back. You know what you were? In my group of friends, if you were a Sega Genesis kid, not a Super Nintendo kid, an L7 dork. Look at that, Milo. Nah, Sega's fine. Sega's fine. It just didn't have the, it just got winded, you know? Tried to keep up in that long-term foot race with the old Nintendo. Just couldn't do it. Couldn't be a platform company, had to just become a software development company. Yeah, everyone sometimes has to take a step down. It's kind of like when I lost my Vine account. I am the Sega Genesis. Oh. I'm the Sega Genesis of Big Cat content creators. Hey, remember Sega Genesis? It was pretty cool. Whatever happened to it? You're like, oh, well, you know, they're still doing stuff, just not anywhere near as popular as it used to be. Oh, that's sad. I just made myself sad. Fun. Fun. Hold on. There's Jan. She's getting better. I would say, oh gosh, there was a few different games, you know, that I used to play, but like probably the big ones that I played, maybe like the top 3 that I really got into, that I was able to have a moderate degree of success, was The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. I played and replayed that game a lot. Whoa. Hey, let's calm ourselves. Hey. Let's relax our breasts. Breasts. Like, I don't like it when you pronounce it like that. What? It's just a natural thing. Breasts. What's the matter? I don't like it when you put so much emphasis on the ST part of that. It's just, it's like a chipperson. But, played a lot of Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Played that, replayed that. I wouldn't say for me, and I've watched speedruns of that, and it's like there's still like a challenge element to it. I actually think that Ocarina of Time speedruns are way more impressive because there's a lot. There's certainly, I don't know, more. I'm not gonna sit there and say that there's not a skill thing to the Link to the Past kind of thing, but I watch it and I'm like, it doesn't do it for me. I played a lot of the Mortal Kombat 2. A lot of Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah. I got pretty decent. My guys were oftentimes, I liked playing Johnny Cage or Jax, Sub-Zero. Those are my guys, I think. Sprinkle a little bit of Raiden and Kung Lao in there as well. Yeah, fun stuff. I enjoyed it. I borrowed a Nintendo Power from one of my friends who used to have a Nintendo Power subscription. You guys remember that? There was the Nintendo Power magazines. Oh my gosh, what a time. The 90s. Ah, man. And they would have the codes. They would have all of the moves and all of the fatalities and the friendships and the babalities. That was just crazy. All of that stuff. Knock the heads off of things and people. But the game that I played and replayed and replayed and the game I played and replayed was Super Metroid. That was my jam. That was my jam. Was Super Metroid. The Adventures of Samus Aran. Whatever. I played that game so much that I'll bet you that if I just popped it on right now, I could still, without even like looking anything up, I could still probably go through and beat the game in under 3 hours. Unlock her in her swimsuit. Wasn't that such a, that's kind of a silly, that's a thing that sucks. Because you go through this thing where it's like, the original Metroid on NES, it was such a powerful kind of thing because, you play through this game and, you're like, oh man, I got this really cool, alien killing spaceman. This alien killing spaceman, and it's so amazing. And then you get to the end of the game, spaceman takes off his helmet, and his is not a his at all. His helmet is a her helmet. It's a girl the entire time. Oh my gosh, what a reveal. But it's a great kind of part of video game history. That's like, there we go. We've got this really awesome video game with kind of a strong female lead. And then you get to the Super Nintendo version. It's like, hey, if you beat this game in under 3 hours, we're going to show you in a bikini. Would you like that? And it's like, well, it maybe feels like a step back. But, yes, I would like to see that. There's some people. Oh, jeez, stepped in kind of a puddleish, some moisture. There's some people. There's a very excited lady in there, but she's just like going like, oh my god, how beautiful. Just talking to the kids like, how beautiful, and I'm just like, that's great and all, but I'm not gonna want to go walk around. And just trying to talk about the things in my webcast I'm trying to talk about, and then all of a sudden you're just hearing just this really excited, just like, oh my god, there's a tiger, like in the background. Oh my god, look at that one. It's looking at me. It's looking, that's what she was saying, like, it's looking at me. She was so excited because they were looking at her. They were looking at her. But I was watching I was watching some of the world record speed runs. One that was made, and yeah, you got to do. Okay, I don't do that TAS crap. Whenever I watch speed runs, I don't watch TAS. All right, that's garbage and it's cheating, and I don't like it. And get that out of here, okay? TAS, not welcome in this house. Not welcome in this house. You better be using, you know, look, you want to use tools, you want to use emulators to help practice? Fine, knock yourself out. Okay, but TAS, that's basically like using performance enhancement supplements. It's like using steroids. You better be using original controllers, machines, all that stuff. You get that Billy Mitchell stuff out of this house. Hi, Ren. Melissa says hi. I'm sorry. People are just like snuffle at the dang cat, Derek. And most of those people are Drew. Most of those people are Drew. But I was watching world record speedruns of Super Metroid, and having played that game so many times, and it's such a nerd thing, and it's so weird because you could look at that and you might, if you've never played that game before and you're not even really that much of a video game person, you might look at that and be like, I guess that's impressive and everything, but I'm looking at that and just being like, oh my gosh, he was able to make these moves and he's able to jump over these things, and oh my gosh, the order in which he gets these stuff it's brilliant, it's genius. Oh my gosh, if he was literally 3 pixels over from that last jump, he would not have reached that platform. The skill on this guy is incredible. It's incredible. I really... Hey, Yano. Yano, did you talk to that lady? Did you talk to that lady that was being just like, oh my gosh, she didn't sound like that. She had a little bit of a southern accent. Oh my God! That's how she sounded like. Sorry. Was that being annoying? Was that being too annoying? You can tell me. You can be honest with me. Do I sometimes get a little bit annoying, Solano? Do I? I see. Can you give me some feedback on how I could be better? Alright, well, sometimes these things are difficult to kind of hear, but they're important. Alright, you're digging a little bit deep, and it's starting to cut. It's starting to hurt, Solano. I don't know if this is constructive anymore. I don't know if this is helpful. I think it's just starting to get kind of mean and cruel. Okay, that's just plain up an insult. You're just being insulting now. I really don't have to sit around and keep on watching and listening to this. You're just being abusive. Hi. Yeah. He's a good boy. He's some good boy. Yeah, I have to make sure to give a lot of moos. We have to have a lot of moos so that Melissa has enough. Yeah, that she has enough stuff to put onto the Chattiest Moments compilation. And then she'll give you subtitles. By the way, that is all of the Solano subtitles. I have nothing to do with that. That is, well, I mean, like it's Melissa. It's Melissa translating Solano. You have to understand that. It's not, she doesn't make that. She's just very good at just understanding. She's a better translator than I am. So, yeah. She took a few more years of Solanese. She took a few more years than I did. I made it to Solanese 2, and she actually made it to Advanced Solanese 4. So, you know, her Solanese skills are a lot better than mine. But I was watching world record speedruns for Super Metroid, and then I was watching videos. I was watching videos of like this one guy who is basically an architect. Because this is the thing, there's a whole subculture of speedrunners, and they're like, speedrunners can have like a pseudo celebrity status, a lot like, you know, your favorite athletes. Like, oh man, you know, Zolsgar72. Like, he's got this really amazing move that he does down in Norfair, you know, that the other folks just haven't been able to pull off. It's like stuff like that kind of thing, and I love it. It's fascinating. But I watch this thing. It's one of those. It's almost like this guy's like maybe a sports writer. You know, a lot of times the best sports writers are people who just, they wanted to be athletes, but they couldn't quite pull it off. But they love the game, they love the sport, so they want to report on it. That's fine. I respect that. Fine. And I think this guy's a little bit more of like a sports writer kind of thing, or a speedrun writer. And he was doing a video breaking down like the top 15 or top 20 like advanced speedrunning techniques that have been like evolved and developed over time for Super Metroid. And then YouTube was like, would you be interested in watching a video like this? I'm like, yes, I am. Because it's like ranging, it's so strange, and it's kind of fascinating to me, because a lot of times speedrunners, what they're doing, they're not hacking the game, but they are manipulating in many ways like the different coding variations of video games, understanding how to enhance their chances of being able to make it through certain sections. And sometimes it's a matter of literally you're shaving off seconds or fractions of seconds more so than the other person. And it means like it literally involves making moves that have like a few pixels worth of forgiveness, I guess you could say. It's like land a couple pixels over here, and then it's not going to be right. Land a couple pixels over here, it's not going to be right. Land a couple pixels right here at the right time, and then you'll be able to advance to another thing because the software of the game was designed in a specific way to not be able to load certain things up or have a certain number of sprites on the screen. It's crazy. And then you sit there and think, like, who figures this stuff out? Who finds this stuff out? I guess you let a game like that, because I think that game was developed, what was it, 1991? Oh no, was it 93? I think Super Metroid was developed in 1993. And, I mean, you know, it's been out for, 25 years. So, yeah. You give people enough time playing around with that game, and they will find I'm not going to call them design flaws, the design features, I guess you could say. That's why you can get Ocarina of Time. Oh, wait a minute. Hello, all you big cat lovers out there. It's me, Derek, again. Welcome to another super duper fantastic episode of the Walk Around the Compound webcast. Oops. That's why you can actually, I think you can get versions of Ocarina of Time. You can get it for like the Switch, I think, or you can download it for whatever other handheld devices that Nintendo puts out. You can get that. And the designers and coders and developers of Ocarina of Time have said, and the executives over at Nintendo, they've said, like, we will not change the original source coding to remove glitches, to remove bugs, because those bugs are actually kind of like charming aspects of the game. And they're charming aspects of like the members and the users' original experience of the game. And I hear stuff like that and I'm just like, that's, yes. That's awesome. That's awesome. I think that's great. So, yeah. Yeah. But it's like I've been watching these videos like obsessively, but like they've been popping up a little bit more, and I'm just like, you know, and again, it's like YouTube saying like, would you like that? And I'm just like, yes. So yeah, I've been watching a little bit of that. It's been fun. Been a fun little trip down memory lane. But at the same time, I feel like I'm getting some pro tips. You know, like in case I want to dust off the old console, you know, and see if I can take a crack at the old WR. Get a sub 41. No, there's no way. I would literally have to I'm not even joking when I say this. I would have to train. I would have to train for years, like very diligently, at that game in order to get even close, to get under an hour. Oh my gosh, the amount. You should do it, and then you should Twitch stream it, and it really wouldn't, because I would be so focused on trying to do well, I just would forget to like even talk. People think like, oh, you'd be so funny. Like, no, I would just be getting frustrated, like, dang it, Ridley, ah! Yeah, and then people are like, yeah, that's exactly it. We would watch that. We'd like that. Yeah, I know. You guys delight in my pain. I see how it is. Bobby keeps on trying to hide. All right, whatever. Fine. You know, same to you too. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode of the Walk Around the Compound webcast. Hashtag DorbusTheWard in the comment section below. Like and subscribe for all your big cat goodness. And if you want to learn more about the facility around me, you can always visit the website carescuetexas.com for more information. You know, other content. You go to the Patreon. We've got merchandise, all that fun stuff. So, yeah, links down below. Anyway, I'll talk to you folks later. All right, bye-bye.
Oh, there's a cat that loves to squeak. Oh, there's a cat. Oh, there are cats with cute little feet. So there are cats, cat. Oh, there are cats with stripes and there are cats with manes. So let's watch as Derek walks around the compound tonight.